Peace, love to family. Peace to the gods and goddesses. Thank God. Send the hot chakra love frequency. Love is the instant to everything in life, and one must dive deep into your mental, and one must operate from the heart. The heart is the consciousness key to the ascension process. So again, family, I'm not a boxing content creator, but what I want to speak on real quickly is Gervonta Tank Davis. And again, family, Tank is hated on, you know what I mean, for many, many reasons, but this video is not about that. I want to dive off into every person that have called out Tank, he has fought. Either he has fought or he have sent the offer to attempt, man, to fight these people. Leo Santa Cruz called Gervonta Tank Davis, wanted to fight with him. He got it. Ryan Garcia did the same thing. He got it. Rolly Romero, he got it. Frank Martin, I'm not too sure if he called out Tank. I want to say that he possibly did, but if he did, he got it. Devin Haney, offer was sent after he, you know what I mean, opened his mouth recklessly about Tank's moms, or, you know, indicating, man, that his moms was a man, which is totally disrespectful. See him in person, man, then it's just going to be a situation. Shakur Pillow Fist called Tank Davis out, you know what I mean? An offer was sent to him, but he wanted a more than one fight deal. He didn't want it to just be one and done, you know what I mean? And the list goes on with people that have called Tank out. Now we know Keyshawn Davis called Tank out. I want to say Tank ignored him, you know what I mean? Because he's not even there yet, man. You got what, 13 fights? It's like, come on, what are we talking about here? So, family, everyone, man, that called out Tank, he has either fought or made an offer. Shakur Stevenson, on the other hand, Shakur Pillow Fist, on the other hand, we cannot say same. And when we talking about Shakur Stevenson, who called out Rayo, called out Shakur Stevenson, he turned the fight down. Now here's the dark truth, man, about Shakur Stevenson. He would never fight someone like Rayo with power, skill, boxing, you know what I mean, and is only getting better and have the desire to fight him. He would never fight Rayo, because if he loses to Rayo, just like if he rematched De Los Santos and lost, then this ruins his whole career and the whole narrative that they've been trying to push about Shakur Pillowfist. He is not that fan. This is why he is not fighting the people, man, that, you know what I mean, is going to expose him. Fighting Teofimo Lopez, you can see Teofimo have fell off. Even, you know, with the fight that Teo had where he's like, do I still have it? So Shakur looking at that says, okay, he's a Vic, but he's a name. So I can, you know what I mean, go in there with him, beat him, and then I'll be looked at as, you know what I mean, oh, Shakur Stevenson has fought no one. He has fought Teofimo Lopez and William Zepeda. These are not those fighters, family. This is just a fact. Tank knocked Zepeda out. This is a fact. All that punching Zepeda do, you open and expose for someone, man, a counter puncher, and with the power like Tank. You know what I mean? He's going to hit you clean at every given point within that fight. And it won't even last long, family. This is a fact. So when we talking about Tank versus Shakur Stevenson, there is no comparison, family. Shakur Stevenson knows it. Devin Haney knows it. Keyshawn Davis knows it. All of these guys know it when it comes to Gervonta Tank Davis. None of them is on his level. You know what I mean? And we need to pay attention, man, to the dark side of boxing. They are trying to remove Gervonta Tank Davis, man, from the boxing scene. And the reason is because he's a chosen one. You know what I mean? He moves differently than any other fighter, man, within the game right now. When we're talking about the whole Turkey situation, you see the things Gervonta Tank Davis said about Turkey. He's aware, man. We dealing, man, with a high level of consciousness, man, with this spirit of Gervonta Tank Davis. These are just the facts. And I'm bringing you spiritual, elevated consciousness. You know what I mean? You can scroll my YouTube channel and you can see what type of time that I'm on. And you see the video that I'm sharing with my physical. You know what I mean? When it comes to Shakur Stevenson, when it comes to Devin Haney, these people are actors. They utilizing other people's name to keep themselves relevant. Devin Haney is no fucking match for John Boots Ennis. That fight will never happen. And if it do happen, then we know what will happen. Place your bet, man, on Jerron Ennis. And with all of that being said, you know, I would love to see Shakur Tank Davis. The fight possibly still can't happen. You know what I mean? Because Shakur is just looking for a high payday. So he's looking to keep his name relevant and stay away from dangerous fights, man, that can further expose him and, you know what I mean, give him that loss where he will not get the fight, man, with the big payday and things of that nature. So these are the tactics that is utilized, man, by these particular individuals such as Devin Haney, Shakur Stevenson, and things of this nature. When it comes to Abdullah Mason, he's a beast, family. Shakur would never fight an Abdullah Mason. You know what I mean? Like, and it's so sad, man, that the fighters these days, Shakur is a sellout, man. He's a sellout, man, for money. And, you know, I get it, man. You know, you in position to place your family in a better situation, you know what I mean, for generational wealth, building generational wealth for your kids and things of this nature. I get it. But to be a sellout doing it, then you're just a fucking clown. Excuse my language, man, but I must speak the truth. Because you're not going about it, man, off of your skill. You're going about it, man, off of being fake, running a narrative, utilizing other people's names to keep yourself relevant. All Shakur does is interviews and tweets. This is it, man. Like, listen, you scroll my YouTube channel, man. You know, I've been an observer of boxing for a very long time. And two of my favorite fighters ever, man, within the boxing game is Mike Tyson, Gervonta Tank Davis. These are the facts. Now, of course, there's other fighters, man, that I love and like their skill. You know what I mean? But when we are dealing with polarizing figures of the sport, then we dealing with Iron Mike Tyson, Gervonta Tank Davis, Muhammad Ali, Floyd Mayweather. De La Hoya was a polarizing figure at one point. You know what I mean? You know, the list goes on, family. You know what I mean? And we in an era where what is taking place within our reality, you know what I mean? The recalling of all of the trash food, the age of Aquarius where truth is being revealed at high capacity. These things are taking place for a reason. And, you know, I'm going to post a link of a video, you know, Gervonta Tank Davis talking about, you know, gang members and why they click up and they really not like that if they by themselves, you know what I mean? How drinking beats you down. And lastly, you know, within this video, he says, being by yourself, you can observe more. That's high level wisdom. Perception is dealing with observation. Observation is dealing with perception, family. And it's a fact that when you are by yourself, you observe more because you're not being stimulated by everybody else's so-called ideologies, philosophies, ways and actions and things of this nature. You know what I mean? You're only surrounded, man, with yourself, your own energy, frequency and vibration. And then, you know what I mean? You know, so much more. I don't even want to get into that right now. Trying to keep this video strictly on, you know, what it is, boxing. But with that being said, and within this video that I'm sharing, in the background, you see the level of quickness. You see my physical, and I am an older gentleman. You possibly wouldn't believe if I tell you, but health is wealth. Knowledge is power. Knowledge negates ignorance. Knowledge truly will solve all your problems. Pimp, person in management position of self. Peace up to the family.